Yo, 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 welcome to Grappler News, where the mats are hot and the gossip's fresh. I'm Steve Hamoen, your host. Let's dive in, no time to rest. Today we're talking Marrakech, where the gi and no-gi scenes are set to impress. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu's heading to Morocco, that's the word on the street. BJJJ connection's back, and it's the ultimate treat. After 2 years by the coast in Imsawan, they're moving the action to the Red City, Marrakech, the place that'll keep you entertained, with sights and sounds that'll make your heart pound. Led by Faris Ben Lamkadem, a black belt under Roger Gracie, he's got the skills that'll leave you in a daze, see? The first British man to win the IBJJF No-Gi World Championship. He's the real deal. No time for slip. 5 sessions, both GI and no-gi, and 2 open mats, where you can roll and feel free. It's not just about the training, though. There's more to see, like a sunrise hot air balloon ride, yes siree, and a trip to Domaine du Retro. The cultural vibes won't let you go. Morocco's making its mark as a jiu-jitsu hub, and this camp's the talk of the town. No need to snub. With international stars like Magid Haga and Adam Wardzinski, it's a blend of elite training and Moroccan mystery. But don't just take my word for it. The packages are flying, spots are limited, so get in while the iron's frying. From September 17th to 21st, it's the place to be. A unique Brazilian jiu-jitsu getaway, guaranteed to set you free. All right, folks, let's shift gears to the Craig Jones Invitational 2, where the grappling world's elite are gathering in Las Vegas, Nevada. This quintet-style tournament is set to be a roller coaster of submissions and surprises, with teams stacked to the brim with talent. Now, while we don't have the brackets or know the order of play, one thing's for sure, it's submission or bust. The only way to clinch victory is by making your opponent tap, and that's factoring heavily into our power rankings. Let's dive into the minus 66 kilogram division. Diego Pato sits at the top of the heap as the reigning WNO champion and ADCC runner-up. His submission prowess makes him a formidable force, capable of leading a team to victory single-handedly. Fabricio Andre follows closely, though he's more known for his high-flying arm bars than his versatility in submissions. If he can't find the subs, he might just take out a bigger favorite. Dorian Olivares is another wild card. He tends to thrive in longer matches, so the 8-minute rounds might not be ideal for him, but his stamina is undeniable. Then there's Max Hansen and Owen Jones. Max edges out Owen based on activity, though Owen's potential in this rule set can't be ignored. Lastly, Geo Martinez, despite being older, is synonymous with delivering electrifying moments in team events, and you can never count him out. Moving on to the minus 77 kilogram category, it's a real toss-up between Mika Galvão and Dante Leon. Mika's got the edge here with his explosive submission ability, but let's not forget Dante has toppled him before. Joseph Chen is a dark horse, lacking experience compared to the frontrunners, but dangerous nonetheless. Ronaldo Jr. and Kenta Iwamoto are expected to be the stoppers, tough to submit and capable of taking out star opponents. Pavel Jaworski is a submission artist who might either sink or swim, while DeAndre Korb, despite his size disadvantage, has the submission game to turn the tables. Now, for the minus 88 kilogram division, Giancarlo Bodoni reigns supreme, having clinched back-to-back ADCC titles. Lucas Barboza, aka Hulk, comes next, though questions linger about his activity. PJ Barch is a strategic player, slowing down dynamic submission hunters and finding openings for his own attacks. Elijah Dorsey, known for his resilience, edges out Chris Wojcik, who's looking to bounce back from a recent armbar loss. Lucas Kennard, despite a victory over Victor Hugo, sits lower due to previous submissions by Wojcik. But don't sleep on his potential. He's got some first-time matchups that could shake things up. At minus 99 kilograms, Nick Rodriguez is a standout. Dropping down in weight, he's poised to dominate with his physicality and submission prowess. Kaynan Duarte, despite recent struggles, remains a threat with his ADCC pedigree. Michael Pixley, Declan Moody, and Ryan Aitken are neck and neck, each bringing solid submission offense and defense to the table. Taylor Pierman and Charles Negremont round out the division, bumping up from minus 88 to face the competition. Finally, the plus 99 kilogram division is headlined by Felipe Pena, the heavyweight king known for his lethal backtakes and submissions. Victor Hugo, with a submission win over Dan Manasoyu, follows closely. Marcin Masulewicz edges out Kyle Boehm with his leg-locking skills, though Boehm's size could be a factor. At the bottom, Pat Downey, despite his lack of experience, could surprise with a submission or two if he finds his groove. When it comes to team rankings, New Wave Jiu-Jitsu leads the pack, boasting top contenders across multiple weight classes. They could very well dominate the scene. Atos Jiu-Jitsu is next, with their heavyweight ace Pena and leglocker Pato in the mix. The B team follows, led by Nicky Rod, while Pedigo Submission Fighting stands as the top homegrown squad. Keep an eye on 10th Planet. They've got the unity and spirit to pull off some magic on the mats. Alright, grapplers, let's get into some spicy controversies lighting up the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu scene. Andy Varela, a well-known competitor, has taken to social media to challenge the Ultimate Fighting Championship's mandatory long-sleeve Rashguard policy for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu competitions. His remarks have stirred up quite the debate as he points out the irony in the sport's uniform requirements. Varela's social media post boldly stated, "We shouldn't have to wear shirts for Ultimate Fighting Championship Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu," and added a jab at the ongoing greasing controversy. The dude complaining about greasing ain't even competing no more, lol. This comment references the heated discussions around greasing allegations, a topic that's been front and center in the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu world, thanks in part to Gordon Ryan's vocal criticism of competitors he accuses of using grease to gain an edge. The uniform policy, which mandates long sleeves, was introduced as a measure against greasing, where competitors apply lotions or oils to make themselves slippery and harder to grip. Gordon Ryan has been quite outspoken about this issue, even detailing how some use lotions like Johnson & Johnson to make gripping a nightmare for their opponents. He's pushed for long-sleeve gear and harsh financial penalties for rule breakers as solutions. But Varela isn't buying it. He argues that the current policy is unnecessarily restrictive and doesn't address the problem effectively. He draws comparisons to mixed martial arts, where fighters don't wear shirts, yet greasing isn't a rampant issue. His critique isn't just practical, it's also aesthetic. Varela believes the long sleeves take away from the sport's visual appeal, and has even suggested a short sleeve option to show off biceps or tattoos. This issue was highlighted during a match between Felipe Pena and Nick Rodriguez, where Pena complained about Rodriguez feeling slippery, leading to Rodriguez being wiped down multiple times. Pena felt the referees were at a loss due to a lack of specific rules addressing greasing. Varela's protests reflect a broader frustration within the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu community about inconsistent rule enforcement across different promotions. Gordon Ryan's insights into greasing techniques come from his time training with Rodriguez, whom he now accuses of systematically breaking the rules. Ryan claims he's witnessed Rodriguez applying lotion that dries into the skin, making him nearly impossible to grip. This controversy underscores the challenges Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu faces in gaining mainstream acceptance while grappling with internal disputes over rules and integrity. Varela's comments have sparked discussions about potential uniform changes, with many in the community supporting his call for options. However, the debate is far from settled, as the sport navigates its regulatory framework. As for the Ultimate Fighting Championship, it's unlikely they'll make significant changes that could impact their branding and sponsorship opportunities, even if a short sleeve option becomes available. Alright folks, that's a wrap for this episode of Grappler News. We've covered everything from Moroccan mats to Vegas showdowns, and now a little controversy to spice up your day. Before I go, let me leave you with a classic jiu-jitsu joke. Why did the jiu-jitsu practitioner cross the road? To get to the other guard. Keep rolling and stay safe on the mats. Until next time, this is Steve Hamoen signing off.